The three most important things for increasing your performance, building you into a high performance man, are the most commonly overlooked, right? Grapplers are constantly chasing the things that change minor percentiles while they're ignoring the things that have the most impact. If you think you've got an answer as to why that happens, drop it in the comments below. There is a huge problem at the moment in the fitness space, and the fitness space massively influences the Brazilian jiu-jitsu space. And it's two completely different industries. I don't really know why this happens, maybe social media. However, peptides, supplements, are very popular at the moment, and people will do things that are popular at the moment. However, things that aren't popular at the moment is the things I'm going to talk about. For those that are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Paul Green. I'm a former British paratrooper and special forces support group operator. I help men delete injuries and build physical body armour on a 5-phase system which I call the longevity program. Here's people here with certain issues that we help. Anyway, think about this. I used to be a physical training instructor in the parachute regiment. The three things in which are most important that we have to get right when lives might be at risk are these three things. So if it's good enough for somebody whose life might be at risk, and it's prioritized by somebody whose life might be at risk, it should be your priority as well. Because paratroopers aren't fannying about in trying to increase 1 or 2%. They're doing the fundamental things that have the most amount of impact, the biggest ROI time allocation. Here's the three things. Lifting heavy weights every week, eating a high carbohydrate, nutrient dense meal plan, and getting enough sleep. Simple and boring. They don't get many views on social media. That's why they get overlooked. They don't change every few weeks. They don't change every year. There is not new research on these things. This is what you don't see the high performance, the elite athletes doing, because it's boring. However, this has the most impact, which affects your decision making. Lifting heavy weights. Without muscle mass, you cannot build strength. Without strength, you cannot build power. Without power, you cannot build speed. Heavy loads on your body, on your carcass, on your skeleton, will build bone density. It will cause microscopic fractures. It will cause microscopic tears to the muscle fibers, and your body will grow stronger from this. Who doesn't want to feel like that? If you feel like shit physically, it is because you don't lift heavy weights. If you want to do jiu-jitsu, or you want to be a skydiver, or you want to rock climb for the rest of your life, then the only way you will ever be doing it for the longest possible time frame is that you do this. And you don't use age as an excuse. There's no way around this. There's no kettlebell. There's no bodyweight exercise to get around this. If you want all of them benefits, you have to lift heavy weights. Specifically, heavy weights in around the 6 to 10 rep range, right? Every single week, no exceptions. And you're going to feel the benefits of this within the first couple of weeks. Genuinely mean that. If you're focusing on things that you stick up your arse, that takes 6 months to get into your system, then really? Really? That's how you operate. And the biggest quick fixes, these are actually quick fixes. The reason this is so awesome and so powerful is just because of how laser focused and locked in you are to lifting weights. It's very precise. The specific movements are your priorities, your areas of concern. Usually your weaknesses, if you're very humble, right? One thing, grapplers are intellects, they're problem solvers. And this is a good thing on the mats. However, they are very sucked in to things that are complicated off the mats. They will happily dig their heads into research about peptides rather than going to bed at 9:30 on a night. If it's basic for a grappler, a lot of the time it's like, well, it's beneath me. You know, how many grapplers turn up to basics class or fundamentals class, and how many turn up to advanced? That's the pattern. Do you know what I mean? And it's fine on the mats. However, to allow that complexity and that craziness on the mats for the longest possible time frame, why don't you just have the simplicity off the mats? Overlooking the simple things and suffering for it. And then you find yourself scurrying around for these quick fixes and trends and 1%, 2%. Yeah. Do the simple things to build the foundations. You wouldn't let some builder go all crazy when they're building a house. Keep it simple, big lad. Do the basics well. High carb, nutrient dense meal plan. Carbohydrates are the best performance enhancing thing you could ever do in your life. Make sure they surround your training sessions. Nutrient dense meal plan makes sure your brain and your body is operating at the highest possible standard. But the caveat, grapplers eat based off feelings. They do not consider themselves to be athletes, so they do not prioritize high performance. They think and feel their way around situations on the mat. However, that's fine, because you're at a level where you can do that on the mats. You can't think and feel your way around things off the mats to build a foundation. It's just not how it works. We need to have that emotional brain, that feminine brain, and we need to do the masculine stuff to provide the foundation to allow us to do that. Most grapplers I see don't eat anywhere near enough, right? Anywhere near enough. And that's why their bodies are just so small and like they look frail. They are frail. They look tired. You can see bags under their eyes, their skin's off. Like they're performing at 50% because they're not taking this seriously, right? And one of the best things I think about this is that this can be turned around in a couple of days. 2 or 3 days. 1 week maximum. Get this right. You will feel unbelievable. Your ability to manage stress, your energy, your recovery, your dominance on the mat. It'll feel like your cardio is better. It's not your cardio that's terrible. It's just you're not doing this. You're doing this based off feelings. You think you're above doing this logically, which most people do. You're not the only person. Do you know what I mean? But this is how you elevate, and this is how you have the most amount of impact on your life. And if you want to build one of these out for yourself, by the way, I'll drop a link in the description. The first link in the description will be high performance fueling system, and that will take you through a step-by-step process to build it out for yourself, for your own unique situation, your own goals and your own preferences. The last one, sleep. One way to see yourself off, right, is to just stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and get up at 7:30 before work. Because you're already at survival mode, and now you're below survival mode, so you will do anything in your day to get like just a little bit of dopamine, just to bring you up above survival mode for a few minutes. You know, that'll be fizzy drinks, that'll be shit food, the most calorie dense food options, because that survival part of your brain is on overdrive. It's like, I feel like shit. You wake up, you feel like shit. You're going to feel like shit all day, and you're going to fill up your decision making, choosing things that make you feel amazing, like a fucking crack addict, right? And this all starts because you just tret yourself. You just disrespected yourself after 6 p.m. on a night, right? It's just proper teenager level decision making. It's honestly, it's funny. It's funny to see, like literally, you go to jiujitsu and you look at people's face, they haven't eaten like more than 300 calories that day. And you're just looking at them thinking, what on earth are you doing? You're an adult. Come on. Have a word with yourself. What are you playing at? Yes, online games are great fun. But just stop. Just turn it off at 10:30 at night, every night, so you still get 8 hours. Just have the discipline to go to sleep. Turn it off. Honestly, this is the quickest fix ever. You have a great night's sleep, tomorrow will be amazing. You have a shit night's sleep, tomorrow will be shit. It's simple as that, right? And you're talking, how much benefit are you going to get from this? It's going to change. Like, it's so simple. Sleep, food, lift heavy weights. And that's the speed of the turnaround. On my program, I always notice the most amount of benefit happens in the first 4 weeks, because I'm dragging people through this, and they're just like, oh my God, I haven't took any medication, I haven't took any supplements. Why do I feel so amazing? It's because you're now nailing the basics. And not only that, you're priding yourself in the basics as well, because I'm fucking breathing down your neck, making sure you don't put your foot off the gas once this is in place. Think about these. Think about the shiny stuff. Peptides, supplements, growth hormone, takes like 6 months or whatever to get in your system. Testosterone. If you cannot do this, what the fuck are you doing taking these, you absolute lunatic? Get a fucking grip. Honestly, it's embarrassing. Prioritize the biggest return on investment things. And when you do that, for a couple of weeks, you will be laughing at idiots that do this. And hopefully you will be an advocate for this and help me out in my mission to get people to snap out of it. Wake up and smell the coffee. I always say, if in doubt, zoom out. Doesn't matter about collagen. It doesn't matter about protein powder. Doesn't matter about pre-workout. Oh, have you took that pre-workout? Oh my God, I get the tingles. Why do you need to take pre-workout for jiu-jitsu? Zoom out. Look at your full day and how are you spending your full day. Zoom out again. Look at your whole week. Zoom out again. Look at your year. What are your priorities? Reverse engineer those priorities into how you live your life in a 24-hour period. Gentlemen, that is it from me. The 3 most impactful things for developing your physical capabilities. If you don't want to develop your physical capabilities, continue prioritizing peptides and supplements. If you do, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. That's it from me. Take it easy.